Where Seton's warming up. That's good. That's good.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Frankfort, Indiana, and Regional High School basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Today, it'll be number 1 and number 2 doing battle for the right to play in the regional championship game tonight. And welcome to the New Vision Sports pregame show. I'm Troy Daragowski, along with my broadcast partner, Brian Cox, and we have what you would consider a heavyweight match here in single A basketball. Brian, first off, great to have you with us here today. And these two teams met during the regular season at Earlham College. It was LC winning that game, and bottom line is, for the Cardinals, a little different look they're going to see in this LC team here today. Your opening thoughts. What do you think about this? There's so much talk this week about these two teams in a rematch.
Well, I think that both clubs are two different teams. You mentioned that Liberty Christian is going to have a player play for them today that the Cardinals did not see back in January. But what folks might remember or may have forgotten in that 55-49 loss at Earlham was the first game back for Cliff Dickman after the leg injury in the Bob Weddick tournament.
Right.
He had 3 points. That was also the first game back for Zach Rogers, and he had 3 points. So realistically, and in no disrespect intended to anybody on the Cardinal squad, but it was Desmond Bain and Billy Webster with 41 of the 49 points for the Cardinals versus Liberty Christian, which by themselves was basically a 3-player team. Ronnie Williams had 19, Franklin Nunn 16, and Greg Dixon 10. The bench for Liberty Christian had 10 points. The bench for the Cardinals had really 3 because of, again, the Cliff Dickman injury. He did not start. So, there's been a lot of basketball that's been played by both squads in that time, and I think it would tend to maybe favor the Cardinals just because they've had the cohesive team for a little bit longer. Liberty Christian, they already kind of knew what they had. Yeah, they get the one player back, and I'm sorry, I forget his name.
Caleb
Hardy, but which we know he's good, and I believe a transfer from Pendleton Heights. But the Cardinals, they're riding a high. They're on a 9-game winning streak. Liberty Christian's on an 8-game winning streak. I really do think, Troy, that not only that game at Earlham, the Cardinals played them tough, undermanned, in their mind. I'm not so sure that the Liberty Christian monster is in their head with, losing 4 straight. I think they felt like, hey, we played the number 1 team in the state in 1A. We played them tough. We lost by 6 without some key components being at 100%. Now you come here, you're riding a lot of excitement with Desmond Bain and all the accolades and the abilities that he has. I think you may have a shot here to finally defeat somebody that you have not been able to in the past. And the other thing too I want to mention, I don't think you can underscore what playing in the Weddick did for the Cardinals this year.
Right.
I think having that tournament and playing that amount of games against high quality opponents in a short period of time, I think that's going to change the mindset of this team maybe than from years past.
Well, I'll tell you one thing for sure. A lot of people are here watching a Desmond Bain, 30 points per game, and you certainly have to think about how you're going to stop him in today's game as well. So let's talk about Desmond Bain and what's going to have to happen for Liberty Christian to kind of slow him down a little bit. Because bottom line is the way that the Cardinals go will probably be the way that he goes here today as well.
Yeah, in that first game earlier this season, Desmond had 27 points and 11 rebounds. They're going to need that effort and maybe more from Desmond to get this W. Now, Liberty Christian obviously knows that, so I would expect them to maybe alter their defense a little bit. But I think they really feel like they have the talent and the people to be able to guard Desmond one-on-one. We'll see if that works. The key in my mind, Troy, Desmond has a great ability to drive. If he's able to drive and get into the lane without getting foul trouble and things like that, and being able to kick off to these shooters, it's going to be incumbent upon Cliff Dickman, Trent Reichley, Sam Brennecke, Colton Pippinger, all these guys that have the ability to put the ball in the basket from 15, 18 feet and out. You're really going to need those guys to have a hot shooting afternoon to be able to defeat Liberty Christian.
Liberty Christian, not a good outside shooting team. The Cardinals have been a great shooting team, it seems like, consistently throughout the entire year. So we'll see if Liberty Christian can pick up their outside shooting game here today. When we come back in a couple of moments, we're going to kind of go through the scenarios and talk a little bit about this Liberty Christian team together here in a little bit. And we'll have our tale of the tape. We're going to hear from Josh Juergens coming up in just a moment as well. Want to remind you, New Vision Sports is now taking registrations for their annual spring break basketball super clinic. You can join Coach Phil Taylor, Earlham women's coach Janelle Iden on Thursday, April 7th at the Boys and Girls Club. Registration will begin at 8 a.m. Your kids will be working with former Indiana All-Star Jerry Coleman, also shooting with Tyler Stewart, speed and agility with Sarah Rondo. And then, of course, the cost is only $30 per camper, and you can register at New Vision Sports. By the way, that's with a Z, newvisionsports.com. newvisionsports.com. We'll continue on the pregame show in just a couple of moments. We're going to hear from the head coach next. Stay right there. This is regional basketball right here. Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
Hey, we welcome you back once again to Frankfort High School. The first game earlier today, as expected, Lafayette Central Catholic ended up winning their contest over North Vermilion, so we know one team that has moved on to the championship game tonight. Well, I spoke earlier this week with head coach Josh Juergens about bringing his team back to the regional and a rematch with LC.
Hey, Josh, how much do you take from the first game you guys played against these guys, and look at that tape and review some of the things that you could do better and try to use that this weekend?
Well, the main thing is we just have to hit shots. We didn't hit shots against them then. We didn't hit shots against them in the regional last year. We've never hit shots against them. I don't know why, but we've just never been on during that game. So I feel like if we hit shots, we should be okay. We'll be able to compete with them. I mean, they're a good team. They're really good, and they added a 6'5" kid from Pendleton Heights. So, it's going to be a challenge. It's a tough task, but there's a reason they're number one and we're number two, so we'll see.
So that kid is eligible now, right?
Yeah, he played and he made his debut in the sectionals, and I think he had like 14 and then 16. So, yeah, I mean, it makes a good team better, so we're going to see what we got.
Now, does that change your game plan at all, knowing he's now in their lineup?
Not really. We do what we do. I mean, we're going to play our 2-3. We're going to run our offense and let Des pick the spots. I mean, that's what we've always done, and it's worked 23 out of 26 times. So hopefully that continues. We're just going to keep doing us, and that's what we're working on all week, is working on us and, talking about them a little bit on what we want to guard, but more or less just working on us.
What do you expect they'll try to do to slow Desmond down and just to make sure that he's not a factor? Or will they maybe say, you know what, Des, you do what you want, but we're going to stop everybody else?
Right. I think it's going to be – the first game they put a lot of guys in help, which is what everybody does. You play man-to-man, you put 4 guys in the box and try to let him drive. And he had an off game that game, I guess, for him. I think he missed like 4 or 5 shots, maybe 6, something like that, which is off for him. But, it was just – that's what they'll do, is they'll put everybody in help, they let us shoot it, and that's what they've done, and we've just missed. So hopefully this year, we can knock down the shots and, have an on game against them.
I asked Desmond a little bit ago about the magnitude of this game, and you played in so many big games this year. Does it just kind of feel like another game, or do you kind of get the sense there's something different about this one?
Well, I like this one because it kind of gives you the feel of the wedding, to where back's against the wall, we're supposed to lose, let's just go out there and give it all we got. And, we like that nothing to lose mentality. We feel like we had that at the wedding, and we had that at the Northeastern game, and both those things worked out for us. So we're going to approach it like that. We like that approach, and, we like it when people pick against us.
Nunn and Williams, their top two players. What do you try to do to slow them down and just keep them under control?
They're going to get their average. They always do. They did it against us the first game. They're going to be tough to stop. It's a tough task, but we're going to try and play our 2-3 and try to limit their drives at Desmond and try to make them shoot a little bit and see if it works.
How do you guys, at least from a preparation standpoint, I know it's only Wednesday as of this interview, but how do you feel you guys are going, and is everything about according to plan, at least at this stage?
Yeah, I think we're more prepared this year than we have been in the last two. That first year going to regionals, you're excited to be there. Second year, you're kind of like, okay, we're back, but we only play 5 guys, so let's see what we got. Now, we play 8 guys. We feel like we can compete with them. We did in the first game. We feel like we were a couple of plays away from winning that one. It's just, we feel good about it. Right now it is only Wednesday, and we're going to practice down there on Friday up there at Frankfort on Friday, which will be exciting. It always is. It's a great arena. Just this week working on us, getting that, and the kids are loose, in the sectional or in the bus ride home after winning the sectional, they were not celebrating, hanging out the window like they were the first 2 years. It was more of an expectation, like, hey, we were supposed to go to Frankfort this year. Like, let's go do this. We've been looking forward to it since we lost last year. So.
All right, and as you hear Coach talk right there, it's about them. It's not so much about the other team. And he's right. When you get to tournament time, you focus on another team for a point, and you try to work on all the things you have to, but you really got to worry about yourself at this point in the year.
Yeah, and I don't think you bring in new wrinkles. I don't think you work on exceptional exotic defenses. And Coach is exactly right. What you do has worked 23 out of 26 times against some really good teams and against some poor teams. You play University at Bankers Life, you lose by 1. You play against the number 1 team in 1A, you lose by 6. You play in a wedding tournament, 2 highly charged games, and you lose the third against a good Bedford North Lawrence team. Stuff is going to happen, but that's one of the things that I like. Kind of like that Syracuse approach. We play a 2-3. We're going to focus on that. We're going to work really hard on that. We know what we play, but we feel like we can make adjustments or tweaks here and there to do that. And he said that at the top of the broadcast, top of the interview, that the Cardinals are going to have to make shots. They haven't made shots the last couple of times they played this team. Now, you could argue that maybe that's the defensive effort of LC, but more importantly, the Cardinals are just going to have to take a business-like approach, forget about misses, and just put the shots up and let the chips fall where they may.
Right here for Desmond Bain coming up in a couple of moments here on the New Vision Sports Pregame Show. Hey, another fine sponsor that has joined us. We want to welcome in Dargy Automotive. They've really stepped up to help us bring you today's broadcast here at the Regional. Make sure you see Dargy Repair Service for expert work on imports, including Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Volvo, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Audi, and Jaguar, which is what we came up in today in Brian's Jaguar. Dargy is an authorized Bosch car service, and they work on domestic cars and trucks. They'll do major and minor repairs on all makes, from tune-ups to rebuilds, electronics, engine, suspension, transmission, and brakes, and a guaranteed fast turnaround time. Dargy finds the small problems before they become big ones. Dargy Repair Service, 1700 Northwest 11th in Richmond. Again, here's their number, Dargy Repair Service. Give them a call at 935-2241, and also thank them for being a part of today's broadcast.
My daughter is currently driving an automobile that we have purchased from Dargy Automotive, so we appreciate them sponsoring our broadcast.
Yeah,
today.
They really stepped up for us. As we mentioned, tail of the tape is coming up, but I want to hear from Desmond Bain earlier this week. He's going to be a big focus in today's game.
Hey, Desmond, talk a little bit about the rematch again. You guys have played these guys before. You've played them even the last couple of years. What is different this time that makes this game a little more special?
I think we're just a little more experienced. We've been there 2 years in a row, like you just said. And, everybody's playing for each other. Before, I think everybody's been playing for themselves. But now, it's really we're going in here and we got one goal. It's not how many points you can score. It's not what you can do, what flashy plays you can do. It's just about getting the job done. That's what we're going to try to do.
What do you expect this time that might be different from last time? Let's start with you. What will you guys try to do differently, and what do you think they'll try to do against you guys?
I mean, I think that we'll rebound better. I mean, last game they out-rebounded us big, and I think that's a big reason why we lost. I mean, we couldn't keep them off the glass. And I mean, for them, I think they'll kind of just do what they did. I mean, they try to push the ball, force you to turn the ball over, and crash offensive glass. So, I mean, I think if we can control the glass a little bit better, we'll have a better chance of winning the game.
Do you think their game plan against you is try to maybe slow you down as much as they can, and then if somebody else beats them, so be it?
I mean, I think so. I mean, I think that's what a lot of teams, when I just ask around, that's what a lot of kids say that they're going to try to do. But, I mean, actually, I talked to Franklin Nunn, one of their players. He said they're going to let me do whatever I want and then make sure nobody else does anything. They don't think that one player can beat them. So we'll see. I mean, we're just going to play together, and whatever they throw at us, we'll adjust.
Do you take that as kind of a challenge a little bit? I guess let you do what you want. I mean, I guess maybe 70 points wouldn't be bad, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, me and Franklin, we go way back. We played AAU since 8th grade. But, I mean, yeah, if they're going to let me do it, then I'm going to just go ahead and do it.
You guys weren't challenged a whole lot in the sectional. Do you think that's good that you guys didn't have much of a challenge, that maybe got a little more rest than perhaps you wouldn't have if you had to play the entire ball game?
Yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, we got our jitters out of the way, and we, like you said, we didn't have to use as much energy as we would have if it would have been a closer ball game. But again, we haven't had that close ball game in the tournament where I mean, your freshmen might get a little jittery or something. But I think we're ready. I mean, playing in big stages like the Wedig and Northeastern game and games like that, I think have helped prepare us for moments like this.
Let me ask you one last thing on that very note. Do you think your schedule, your strength of schedule, even though I think the Sagarin rating shows that theirs might be a little better than yours, which I find that hard to believe, but do you think your strength of schedules helped you more than anything prepare for this type of atmosphere?
I think so. I mean, before in past years, we usually played a lot of 1A schools, a couple 2A schools, sprinkle them in here and there. But this year, I mean, if you look across our schedule, we play top 2A teams, 4A, 3A teams. I mean, that does only help. Playing against the best in the state, that's going to help you in the long run.
All right, Desmond Bain, you know I like his down-to-earth attitude about everything, and bottom line, if you give it to me, I'll take it.
You know what I've really been impressed with Des this year is the fact that he has gone out of his way to promote team. In years past, maybe you've been around some really high-quality star players, and it's not that they're selfish, they just maybe don't think about that. He has done a tremendous job of telling folks, hey, it's not just me, it's the team. I can't defend everybody. I can't make every shot. I can't have, average 6 or 7 assists a game without teammates hitting shots. And that's exceptional for him. He's a great young man, and I look forward to seeing where he goes in the future.
Brian, let's take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Suds Fundraising. They're a locally owned fundraising company serving teams, schools, and organizations nationwide with everyday household products. Group sells to, of course, they sell to raise funds for their organizations. You can contact Suds Fundraising at sudswithaz.com or give them a call at 765-598-5521. Suds Fundraising, your company for clean, and another fine sponsor joining us here for the regional. And if you put these two teams side by side, let's take a look at the tail of the tape, and you can see they both score, they both shoot the ball relatively well, mainly because LC shoots a lot of layups, but the three-point shooting's a difference. They, by the way, speaking of LC, the out-rebound when you put the two teams side by side. And here's the other number that I thought was really big is LC 13.3 steals per game, so they're going to get up and play you defensively.
Very active, and that also puts you in a little bit more risk for foul trouble. Back in that first game, Troy, the foul total was 8 for LC, but 17 for Seton. So they got away with a lot of that, swiping at the ball. Let's see if that holds true here in this game. You mentioned the three-point shooting. Desmond Bain is averaging 54% roughly from the three-point line. That is huge.
Crazy.
And, it's not, as we talk about driving up, that's not on just 10 shots. I mean, that's 100 shots thereabouts. So this should be a nice matchup.
I'll tell you one thing for sure, as we get ready for the starting lineups here today, the Cardinals are hoping that Desmond will end up shooting 54% from three-point range. So, by the way, we do know one team locally back in the Richmond area, Northeastern, They were only up marginally at halftime of that game. They ended up blowing out Cloverdale today, so Northeastern, congratulations to the Knights. They've advanced to the regional championship coming up tonight.
Yeah, they just really took off in the second half and didn't look back, and that should bode well for them, as we were talking before the game started, that they're going to let their players get some much-needed rest before that game tonight. So not only did they get the benefit of having the early game, they got the benefit of not being challenged.
Starters here now for Liberty Christian. One of those will be Ron Williams. He's a 5'7" junior. He wears number 4. Franklin Nunn is a 6'3" senior. He's number 34. Here's the Hardy kid, Caleb Hardy, 6'5" and a senior, number 12. He's the transfer out of Pendleton. Also getting the start here tonight will be Cotton.
Benjamin Cotton.
Yeah, Benjamin Cotton. He's number 31, 6'4", and a senior. We mentioned Dixon already, and the final starter, again, getting the start will be Franklin Nunn. So there are your 5 starters here today for the Lions of Liberty Christian. No real change of Brian in the starting lineup for Seton Catholic. No. They're going to go with pretty much what got him here.
The usual suspects, Desmond Bain, Colton Pippinger, Cliff Dickman, Billy Webster III, and Nick Matthews. So, you talked about the starting lineup for Liberty Christian. Williams averaging 16.8 points per game. Hardy playing in 2 games only so far this season in the sectional, averaging 14 a game. Cotton, 6.5 points a game. Dixon, 13.7. And then Franklin Nunn, 20 points a game.
By the way, I want to thank Ryan Allen, a great supporter of Radio Troy and all of our local sports. Ryan helping support the regional broadcast today. Ryan, thank you very much. And also, if you're looking for a DJ for your next party, wedding, or other special occasion, contact one of our favorites, DJ Coach. You can catch him doing karaoke 6 nights a week in all the Richmond hotspots. You can contact DJ Coach to take your next party up a notch, 765-977-4912, or you can email Coach Dave at AOL.com, or look for DJ Coach Dave Johnson on Facebook.
Yeah, Troy, let's get you some the averages for the Cardinals. Billy Webster III averaging 13.1. Desmond Bain second in the state at 30.3. Nick Matthews 2.5. Colton Pippinger 6. And Cliff Dickman 7.5.
LC will be in their black uniforms. Seton will be in their home whites. And they will go ahead and concede the jump here unless Billy can out-jump his opponent. I always thought Desmond was a better jumper.
Maybe, but, you don't want a twisted ankle. I like the comment that, Franklin Nunn told me they're going to let me do whatever I want. Well, what's he going to tell you? Yeah. Hey, here, we're going to do a box in 1, and we're going to do a triangle in 2.
All right.
There's a near turnover, and it probably will still wind up being a turnover.
Yeah, the ball goes into the backcourt.
And that was Dez getting his feet and trying to no-look pass to Nick Matthews in the corner. An inauspicious beginning to this game.
Well, there's, as you know, we talked about nerves at the beginning of a ball game, so we'll see how the 2 teams will settle down. That is Nunn with the basketball facing the 2-3 zone. That short jumper is missed by Dixon, and somehow LC comes away with it. That's Ron Williams.
Bain had the ball, but there were 3 Lions right around Desmond to knock that ball out. And you saw them crash the offensive glass, as Desmond alluded to. The Cardinals will need to do a much better job of boxing out.
Boy, inside.
That's jump ball.
Yeah, that's Hardy. That's the kid from Pendleton we talked about.
Where's the jump ball?
Well, they called a foul instead, so the foul will be called on Pippinger. So the first foul of the ball game. And LC will inbound from the baseline. That's Franklin Nunn. Keep an eye on Nunn and Williams. Both players were former players at Anderson. That'll be Hardy. Once again, Williams. 7:05 to go here in period number 1.
Cardinals doing a nice little job of matching up on that zone.
And there's your first bucket. That's Nunn. So LC gets on the board first. It'll be Desmond Bain.
I think it's imperative for the Cardinals not to get down early. They need to have some confidence. There's a nice drive by Dickman fighting for the ball. It's going to be a jump.
There's the jump ball you were looking for. So LC will have the basketball.
Now, is that turnover against the Cardinals or LC?
If you lose the possession arrow, it's a turnover against you.
That's a L to or a turnover to LC.
So now the Lions with the basketball. Low scoring beginning to this one. This is the third possession now for LC as they work in the half court. That's Cotton.
That was
nice pass inside.
Good cut baseline by Franklin. That's going to be a cheap foul on Desmond.
Well, here's my thought process on this. If I'm LC, I'm going to try to get him out.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to attack him all the time. Boy, what a benefit it would be to get your leading scorer out of the ball game. Foul's going to be called on Desmond Bain, as you mentioned a couple of moments ago. We go to the free throw line for the first time today.
Nunn with 3 early from the free throw line. Franklin is averaging 72%.
By the way, this is a pretty much senior-laden LC basketball team. Second free throw's on the way, good as well.
So it's Franklin Nunn 4, Cardinals 0. And there's the backcourt pressure. Again, trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Desmond Bain.
And there's a three-pointer, no good by Webster, back to Bain. Bain will pull up, left it short as he falls to the floor. Here come the Lions. Fast break the other way, and losing it will be Nunn. He saw
the
Desmond Bain coming.
Absolutely, without question.
Now here is where the numbers get a little bit skewed for LC. They have 13 turnovers per game. That's why their shooting percentage looks so good, because they get a lot of layups off their defense.
Yeah, already they have 2 early turnovers.
Desmond driving and scoring, and Seton on the board for the first time.
Cardinals are going to need more of that, but you mentioned that if you're a Liberty Christian, go right at Bain on defense. He has 1 early foul. You would love nothing more to get that second foul.
The LC basketball, that's Ronnie Williams. I'm anxious to see how Hardy does. Hardy in the lane, good. That's what he brings to them. I think that's a new dimension they were missing before.
Yeah, it was a nice thing. You know what was better about that, Troy, was the body control that he had, because Desmond actually stepped up and challenged that conservatively, obviously, with that 1 foul, but that was great body control by Hardy.
Ball loose, turnover by the Cardinals. And here come the Lions once again. Here is Nunn, lost it. And stepping out of bounds will be Dixon. I was looking at Desmond trailing the play, and he's looking at that right elbow. Did he hit the floor at some point?
He fell with Hardy, and I think they kind of got tied up a little bit more than you would expect. Now, right there, that was a lot of body contact, but you talk about the 13.3 steals per game. They're not afraid to gamble on that, and so far it's worked. I'm not entirely sure of how you don't call some of that contact.
Well, let's remember, when you get into tournament play, they have a tendency to let you play a little bit more. Cardinals getting trapped up front.
I think the Cardinals are still playing a little frenetic. Now, right there, that was a lot of body being pushed on Cliff Dickman as well. So that's where you have to adjust.
Yeah.
They're letting the game be a little physical. You need to react to that.
Timeout on the floor, 4:13 to go here in the opening period. 8-2, LC on top. Regional Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories, all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Back here at Frankfort, Indiana, as we are.
Sam Brennicky has checked in for the Cardinals as Nick Matthews sits down. You know, Troy, watching the huddles, and there was, again, a lot of body contact. There's a bucket and the harm. But, again, Desmond Bain goes to the floor. Anyway, finishing that thought, watching the huddles, what Liberty Christian has that the Cardinals don't have so far is confidence. In the huddle, you could tell Liberty Christian had far more confidence and exuded that than the Cardinals did. Dez misses the free throw. He has all four of the Cardinal points.
So 8-4 your score is LC on top with the basketball. Here's Williams. He will find Dixon for three. No good. Ball tipped out, and Hardy might be the last to touch it. Let's wait and see. Nope, it will be LC basketball. So now the Lions will work it out front again to Ronnie Williams. He has Hardy on his right. That's Hardy cutting through the lane to his left, and Dixon on the right. That'll be Dixon straight away. Williams, three-pointer, no. They're not a good outside shooting team, and Desmond can't hold on to it as it goes out of bounds.
Again, he talked about it, just the offensive glass crashing that Liberty Christian does. The Cardinals are going to have to really get bodies on these Lions after the shot goes in the air. That was a travel.
Yeah, Hardy got away with it, missed the shot inside. Ball loose out front, a battle, and it'll be Webster coming away with it as Desmond loses it.
It was a kick ball. Why isn't it a kick ball?
Well, Desmond thought it was as well, but they're going to say turnover Cardinals.
And he had two players trailing that he could have passed to, and maybe just a little bit trying to do too much there.
3:20 to go, period 1, 8-4.
Coach Juergens actually pointed that out to Dez himself and told him to calm down.
Well, now he's holding his left elbow. LC basketball as the Cardinals stay in that zone. They know that the Lions are not a good outside shooting basketball team. And so far, they have not done anything to dispel that. That's a hook right there. It should have been on Hardy. He got a good left arm in there.
Three guys on the court, didn't see it.
Brennick picks up the foul.
Team's third.
A game of angles, I told you that.
3 team fouls for the Cardinals, 1 for the Lions.
LC inbounding, that's Cotton.
That was a little loose pass there.
Here's Ronnie Williams again.
Hardy appears to be a player that loves him some him.
Oh, he does.
And that's another travel.
Pull-up jumper, that's no good as Dixon can't get it to go. Here come the Cardinals. In the corner, Dickman for three.
Ooh,
rims in and out. And the rebound, Cotton, and they almost turned it over. Williams.
Sure looked like he stepped on the line. Now the kickball. See,
you wanted it, you got it.
Cardinals going a 30-point run. Apparently, I'm a prognosticator.
That's right. Here's Joshua Tufts, a 6'3 sophomore coming in, and setting down will be Gregory Dixon.
In the first game, Tufts had 3. Cotton 6, Greg Dixon 10, Franklin Nunn 16, Ronnie Williams 19, and Palmer had 1.
Ball knocked out of bounds in the corner. .224 entry pass, turnover. Cardinals get the steal.
They need a bucket. You know, I would say that they have played pretty poorly right now, and they're only 4 points down, Troy.
Hand stayed on top of the ball as Webster gets it out now to Bain. Bain will drive down the lane, left it short off the rim. Here's Williams. Williams strong to the basket, got the roll.
He has 4. So the Cardinals just look like to me they're still just a little shell-shocked. Get in there. And Hardy, incredulous. What did I do?
They never foul. Nobody ever fouls. So Pippinger goes to the line.
That is Hardy's second. That could play some havoc with the rotation for the Lions. And Pippinger misses the free throw. Colton is a 67% free throw shooter. The Cardinals have missed 2 free throws so far.
Stay at a 6-point advantage.
And he missed
them both. Ow. Well, you got to get it back. Cotton lost it out of bounds. He and his teammate Ronnie Williams battling for the loose basketball. So now Seton will inbound. That is Pippinger. Pippinger's going to get it back and lost it.
He's got to be more aggressive in that.
Brennicky outside. Here's Webster for three. No. Long rebound. Desmond driving underneath the basket and scores.
What a fantastic move up and under, knowing he had a couple of Lions just sitting and waiting for him. Des getting a little tired, I think, of putting his hands on his knees, taking some deep breaths, expending a lot of energy here in this first quarter. Nearly a steal by Billy Webster III. Trent Reichley will check in for the Cardinals at the next whistle.
Here's Nunn off the right wing, back to Williams out front.
Good hands.
Yep, another turnover.
Oh, and they missed the leak out from Pippinger. But probably at this point, maybe it is better to be a little more cautious. There's the lefty. Brennicky from the corner missed it. Pippinger with the rebound. Get in there.
Yep.
The sniper. That is a big shot, Troy. If you can get that kid in a rhythm and confident, and he looks like he is now, that senior leadership, he is, if he gets on a roll, he is lethal from outside.
Cliff Dickman with a big three. 1 point ball game as we're under 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Williams off the left wing. That'll be Nunn. Back to Williams. They will play for one as Tufts will go right side now to Dixon. 17 seconds on the clock. Nunn driving, pull-up jumper, good.
That was a great shot by Nunn, and that wasn't bad defense by Dickman. He did a nice job of keeping a body on him and trying to keep him in front, and Dixon just rose up and did a nice shot.
Desmond, downtown three.
Boom!
Got it.
How about that?
And he just ties the ball game with a three-pointer as time runs out here in the opening period of play. We will keep it here and remind you of our great sponsors here today, and one of those, New Vision Sports. They're taking registrations for their annual spring break basketball super clinic. Coach Phil Taylor and Earlham women's coach Janelle Iden will be teaming up on Thursday, April 7th at the Richmond Boys and Girls Club. Registration starts at 8 a.m. Your kids will work on ball handling with Indiana All-Star, former Indiana All-Star Jerry Coleman, who, by the way, is here today. Shooting with Tyler Stewart. Speed and agility with Sarah Rondo.
And beauty tips from Troy Derengowski.
That's right. Never leave those out. Cost is $30 per camper. You can register at New Vision Sports. That's with a Z, newvisionsports.com. Again, check him out, newvisionsports.com.
Troy, I don't think you can underestimate the importance of that shot. As I mentioned earlier in the first quarter, the Cardinals did not play well at all, missed some shots, had some turnovers, and Liberty Christian had all the confidence going in the world. And the Cardinals battle back, and tie it up on the big three-pointer. And that is a little sniper. Trent Reichley missed the shot, lefty in the corner.
And here comes LC back the other way. That's a pull-up jumper by Williams, way off the mark. And here come the Cardinals. In the corner to Webster. Got it.
And that's your first lead. Maybe they are going to do my 30-point run.
They might.
Maybe they'll win this by 25.
Well, right now, 3-point lead here in the second period. Williams to Dunn. Boy, no movement in this Liberty Christian offense at all, and that certainly is hurting their cause offensively. Here's Williams again, and it'll be Tufts. Tufts will pull the three, no. Boy, and the rebound almost hit the floor, but picked up low by Reichley.
I think you let Tufts have that shot all day long.
Here's Bain. Down the lane, good.
Now, that three-pointer, Troy, gave him a ton of confidence, and that kid is just absolutely on fire right now.
We'll take a timeout. Cardinals lead it by 5. This is regional basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Well, the Cardinals on a run as we get ready for more action here from Frankfort High School, 17-12. And, boy, I tell you, you hit a 3 at the buzzer. You come back, you have another 3, and then you hit a bucket. All of a sudden, you have an 8-0 run.
Almost on the way to 20, or 30.
That's right. So, LC needed a timeout. 5-point lead for the Cardinals. Number 1 against number 2 here in the regional. Well, they just let him. I mean, bottom line is Williams not a very good outside shooter. Dare him to shoot it. And there's another turnover. Bad pass by Tufts.
Unofficially, that's 5 so far for Liberty Christian. And you see Hardy getting ready to check back in with his 2 fouls.
Little 1-4 low, perhaps run. Here's Dickman wide open for 3.
Oh,
Can't
front
get it to
iron.
Go. Webster with a rebound. The kick out back again to Dickman. Dickman driving down the lane. No.
I like the thought, though. The lane open, and I don't think Liberty Christian was expecting that. But it would have been nice to get that to drop.
Here's Tufts at the elbow. Lob underneath, and boy, how do you miss that one? Cotton missed it badly, then a foul.
Get a cheap foul there. That'll be his first. Team's third.
Boy, Cotton missed a bunny, didn't he?
Yeah, and, that was a defensive lapse. I mean, that's one of the keys, especially when you're playing the 2-3s. Make sure you know where that baseline runner is. The Cardinals just definitely fell asleep on that and got lucky.
Tufts is going to sit down, as we mentioned. Caleb Hardy back in.
I'd like to see Dez drive on him. Pick up a third on him.
You bet.
Zach Rogers will check in for the Cardinals. They give them another ball handler.
Webster for 3, no. High for the rebound this time, Ronnie Williams. He's going to lead the break. Dixon, and the ball got loose on the baseline, but picked up there by Hardy. Back to Williams. Williams to Cotton. Pull-up jumper good. Boy, they needed that.
They did. That's their first bucket of this quarter in nearly 3 minutes of game time.
Here is Desmond again. Boy, this time shot the air ball.
I think that was tipped.
Well,
the referee says no.
No.
But actually, it was a pretty good closeout by Williams. I like how the fans chant, or the opposing fans chant air ball for Des. He has 11, right?
Yeah, well.
I mean, he's already got 11 in, like 12 minutes of play. It's not bad.
By the way, Zach Rogers has come in now for Seton. He wears number 2. He's at the top of that zone along with Webster.
Cardinals will give up some size, but they do get the ball handling.
There's Hardy, and he's a slasher. We saw him play at Pendleton. We saw him play at least at the JV level this year, and that's what he does. 1-point ball game. Rogers will find Webster in the corner. Reichley, no. Boy, that hit the rim twice, and out on the break. Here's Hardy.
Please swat that.
And Hardy gets the bucket. And smartly, I like Bain. He pulled back on it. He knew a foul would be a little less able to bother the Cardinals than it would be
that was
if
a travel.
Gave up the foul.
Trent Reichley 0 for 3 in that corner. Maybe let's pick a different spot. That kid, he has the ability to shoot. There's another turnover.
Boy, Hardy should have taken that one up. He tried to find Franklin Nunn underneath. And they'll wave off the shot.
I think that's going to be on Williams. No, that'll be on Dixon. His first, team's fourth. Brennicky back in for Reichley. Now, what Trent needs to do is forget about it. You see Josh Juergens talking to him right now. Just say, forget about it. And you don't want that kid to get down on himself. He needs the confidence.
It's Webster in the corner against Williams. Pull-up jumper, good.
Billy's starting to cook. That's 5 in the quarter. 5 points for the junior. and retaking the lead, 19-18.
Cardinals stay in that 2-3 zone. Here's Nunn off the left wing. Here is Hardy, baseline jumper.
How does that little push shot go in?
Just nothing but a shot put right there, huh?
6 in the quarter, 8 overall for Hardy.
So I still believe he just brings a new dimension to their game, and that has been the case so far here today. Is now
Brennicky tying his shoe. He just started tying his shoe while the clock is going.
Yeah.
The possession's going. Hey, I'm just going to start tying my shoe.
Well, he thought he was going to get it in and without interrupting play. Wide open Rogers. No. And Hardy with a rebound. Hardy's going to take it himself. And he's going to drive all the way in and score.
How is that not a travel?
22-19. LC now with the lead. Here's Bain the other way. Hard off the glass. Ball tipped. And somehow Dixon came out with it. Here's Williams lobbing to Hardy. Bucket good.
Yeah, you're going to get a timeout here from Juergens. That is 10 in the quarter with 2 fouls.
With that timeout, want to remind you that Suds Fundraising is a locally owned fundraising company serving teams, schools, and organizations nationwide with everyday household products. Groups sell to raise funds for their organizations. You can contact Suds Fundraising at sudswithaz.com or give them a call at 765-598-5521. Suds Fundraising, your company for clean. The thing is about tournament play, and I think you'll agree with this, there are runs, and there are runs, and there are runs, and it's generally who's going to make, unless you have a blowout at some point, and the other team doesn't respond, but with two teams like this, always a run till the very end.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's how you react to those and how long those runs happen. You know, Seton went on that nice run, got up to as much as a 5-point lead. Here comes LC right back, and, you know, they've been on an 11-point run here in some fashion because they're up by 5. Or 10. Because Cardinals were up by 5, and now LC's up by 5. And a loose pass by a freshman.
Wow.
And another Cardinal turnover. That's 3 unofficially, and Nunn now with 8. Hardy with 12, 10 in the quarter. Nunn with 8, 2 in the quarter. Now Pippinger in, Rogers out.
Well, and you know, LC saw that. They saw freshmen in there. Let's go ahead and press and try to shake them up a little bit. And again, this is where LC gets a lot of their points, is when they press. That is Desmond Bain across the timeline. 2:25 to go, period 2. Desmond driving the wave off the shot.
Oh, that's a ticky-tack hand check, I think. We've seen some worse things than that hadn't been called, but that's 2 now on Dixon. That's 5 team fouls for LC.
And now the Cardinals will inbound. It'll be Pippinger from the baseline.
Love to get 3 on Hardy.
Dickman in the corner, no. And the rebound by Benjamin Cotton. So here come the Lions again.
Well, as Coach Juergens talked about in his pregame interview, talked about not hitting shots. And again, in runs, Cardinals have missed, I think, 4 or 5 of their last 3-point attempts. I know 3 by Reichle, maybe 1 by Webster and 1 by Dickman just there.
Williams in the corner, Nunn. His jumper no good, and there's Bain for the rebound as Hardy crashing the boards hard. That time for LC.
And Josh working the official on wanting to get that foul.
Here's another jumper on the way, no good, as Brannicky can't get it.
It was very flat. It was, just a hard, flat shot.
Williams to Nunn, and he traveled with it. Not so sure that Nunn was quite expecting that ball to come back to him. Maybe Williams had an opportunity to shoot that ball in the lane.
Early on, Troy, the Lions were having some success denying Desmond Bain the ball to bring it up, and they gotten away from that.
Ball squirts away. Last touch by the Lions. Desmond looking for a foul, as we'll see Reichle back in and Brannicky coming out.
Cotton, I think he got lucky because he slid over late and he got some body into Desmond. I think he got a little lucky on that.
Cardinals
need to get it in.
That's Desmond just taking it away from Hardy and shoots and misses. And
that's
Cotton.
Cardinal ball.
Oh! They must have said that looked like to me maybe Billy Webster was the one in the vicinity.
And I do like that official. That's what he kind of made the zero circle and mentioned that. At least he gave us an idea of what they were thinking wrong.
1:15 remaining here in the opening half of play.
7-point lead, largest of the game for Liberty Christian.
Good look at Dixon. Now it'll be Nunn driving, trying to draw contact. Can't. There's the rebound by Desmond Bain. Cardinals need a bucket right here. Bain nearly lost it. Here is Dickman on the drive. Stops, kicks out to Webster. Now Webster down the lane. Scoop shot no good. Hardy with a rebound. And here comes LC again. Williams finds his teammate, Cotton. Now it'll be Hardy, and he nearly traveled with
in
it.
The corner.
Here's Cotton again, draws the triple team out to Williams. Good. A rare three-pointer.
That is now 7 for Williams in the 10-point lead, largest of the game.
Boy, the Cardinals had everything going their way, but now LC on top. 17 seconds. Cardinals will play for the final shot here in the first half of play.
They really do not want Desmond Bain to have that ball.
And they're showing the double team. Here's Dickman. And he won't score. Webster at the buzzer, no.
Trent, put it up. Put it up!
And he doesn't. We're at halftime. It has been a game of runs both ways. Number 1, Liberty Christian, 29. Number 2, Seton Catholic, 19. At halftime, we'll be back with your halftime numbers in just a moment. This is regional basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com.
Hey, Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No. At FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Maybe you knew that Indiana University East has world-renowned professors and 50 highly respected IU degree programs. Still, there's someone you should meet. He's a red wolf. He's Rufus, our mascot. He's here for our intercollegiate sports, dozens of student clubs, and to make sure things aren't too, well, tame. Check us out at iue.edu or drop by. But be careful. No leash. IU. Focused on you.
Summit Computers manufactures their own line of competitively priced workstations and servers with only high-quality parts. They are registered and certified business partners with many manufacturers, distributors, and companies to offer competitive pricing as a value-added reseller. Their experienced technicians have a proven track record and are an invaluable support team for your information technology needs. Contact Summit at 939-2120 and at summit-computers.com.
Back once again here at Frankfort High School. We're at halftime where the Cardinals trail at 29-19. Certainly want to thank our sponsors again today, New Vision Sports, along with Suds Fundraising, as well as Dargy Repair Service for expert work on imports, including Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Volvo, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Audi, as well as Jaguar. They are the place to go. Dargy is an authorized Bosch car service, and they work on domestic cars and trucks as well. They'll do major and minor repairs in all makes, tune-ups to rebuilds, electronics, engine, suspension, transmission, and brakes. And here's the nice thing about it, fast turnaround time. Dargy finds the small problems before they become big ones. That's why they're one of the best. Dargy Repair Service, 1700 Northwest 11th in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241, and also thank them for being a part and really stepping up today to help us here at the regional. Brian, boy, I tell you, as we said, game of runs both ways, and we may look back at this and go, that second quarter for LC was such a huge, huge lift for them after we thought that maybe Seton had the momentum going their way.
Well, and it really happened in the last 4 minutes. Remember, they didn't score their first bucket in the second quarter until about 5:15 to go. So realistically, you know, the Liberty Christian Lions, they score 17 points in that quarter, and 15 of them came in 5 minutes. And it seemed like the Cardinals had no answer for Hardy. He scored 10 in the quarter, so he leads the Lions with 12 points. Franklin Nunn with 8, Williams with 7, and Cotton with 2. Again, I mentioned Hardy with 10 points out of the 17. I mean, that kid just – Cardinals not able to stop him. Yeah. Now, on the Cardinals front, they only score 7 in the quarter, and that was led by Billy Webster III with 5 in the quarter, and that was all of his 5 points. Desmond Bain leads the Cardinal scorers with 11. He had 9 in the first quarter and only 2 in the second. And then Cliff Dickman with 3 points. Billy Webster III with his 5 points and Desmond Bain with his 2. Those were the only 2 players to score for the Cardinals, and they had opportunities. We saw some missed layups there at the end, some missed shots. The Cardinals are going to, without question, have to get some points from somebody other than Desmond Bain. And you need to get Cliff Dickman going. You need to get Billy Webster III going. And you're going to need to get something out of a combination of Brennecke and Reichle. Reichle missed 3 3-pointers in the corner. Brennecke missed 1 in the corner. Dickman made a big one, but then he missed 1 in the corner. We have to have some better shooting out of that. And hopefully that Josh Juergens will not prove prophetic that they can't make a bucket against Liberty Christian. One other thing. Do these rims seem soft or hard? It seems like they're pretty hard here. And I don't know if that's something you can tell, or maybe the Cardinals are just shooting flat, hard shots. I don't know.
Well, I don't know that it's that. I mean, I think they're pretty standard, but, you know, they do look like they don't give as much bounce maybe as we've seen some other rims. So the key to that is, Brian.
Just real quick, I'm not being negative. I know it's both teams have to shoot the same rims, and I don't mean that. It just I don't mean that's why Seton's
just
not
curious.
Shooting. Yeah, just curious.
I want to add one thing is do what I used to do is just don't use the rim. I just don't hit all net.
There's that.
I never needed the rim or the backboard. I was so good. Hey, by the way, special thanks to Ryan Allen for helping support the regional broadcast. He's a great supporter of RadioTroy.com. So, Ryan, thank you as well. We certainly couldn't have done this without you. And by the way, to one of our favorites, none other than Coach DJ Dave.
Oh, love seeing Dave when I'm out and about in Richmond's hot spots.
Well, I was at the Big Ten tournament. He was there. And, of course, being an IU fan that he is, I don't know if he went back since they lost yesterday.
How about we just move along and talk more about DJ Coach?
Yeah, if you're looking for a DJ for your next party, wedding, or other special occasion, contact DJ Coach. You can catch him doing karaoke 6 nights a week at all of the Richmond hotspots, including Brian's house. Contact DJ Coach to take your next party up a notch. 765-977-4912. Or you can email Coach Dave at AOL.com or look for DJ Coach Dave on Facebook. So, again, thanks to Dave Johnson for stepping up for us as well. All right, when we come back, second half action is on the way. Stay right there. This is the Regional right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
All right, let's talk about this second half real quick. It's how you begin a half and how you end a half. And I think Seton's got to get a really good start here to this third.
That's a great point because you remember the end of the first quarter, Seton did a really good job, scored some buckets, and then got that big three. Got that big three out at the end of the quarter for Desmond, and they came out and started very hot in the first of the second quarter. So I could not agree more. Cardinals have got to get something positive. They need to stop here and then come down and get a couple of buckets.
It will be LC basketball. Cotton will inbound. You see Cotton and Williams there at half court. So here we go. Cardinals have 16 minutes. And guess what? They're going to make them come out of that zone. I am not surprised by this at all because bottom line is you have the lead and you dictate now what you can do.
Absolutely.
That is Hardy at the top of the key. Plus, it gives you a little more spacing offensively because right now Seton's been packing it in underneath that three-point line. Here's none.
Yeah, they're going to try to catch one of the Cardinals out of position, make them, as you mentioned, not get them out of their comfort zone.
Now Williams, watch Williams. He's trying to sneak behind here on the right side. See it open up a lane. Bucket good by none.
You know what? That's good coaching out of the half. I mean, that's a great job of making an adjustment and forcing the Cardinals to do something different.
Here's Webster down on the baseline, and that shot's good somehow. Matthews got it to go.
That's his first bucket of the game, and that was a pretty nice action that the Cardinals just ran there.
Webster out on the top of that zone. They're going to work it back inside to Cotton. Cotton against Bain, and there's a foul on Cotton after the rebound by Desmond Bain.
That's interesting.
See, now I didn't like LC's approach that time. They didn't take their time like they did the last time.
Why not run clock?
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. They could have done the same exact thing and ended up with the same result and used another 4 minutes if they wanted to.
You have a 10-point lead. As you just said, you can dictate whatever you want to happen in this game right now. The only way that you can get out of that is if you let the Cardinals start making some buckets and you miss some shots.
Must remember, they're still kids. Here's Webster. Webster stops, pops, and can't get it to go. Hardy with a rebound.
And there was no Cardinal attacking the offensive glass. They want to get back.
Williams,
good hands.
Boy, he's out of control sometimes. He gets it to Dixon in the left corner. Here is Hardy on the drive, and they'll wave it off. I think they got Billy on the foul.
That happens every possession on both sides all the way down. That's the thing that gets me so much about Second on Pippinger.
Now, being a former referee, I must.
But just, be consistent. If you're going to call the ticky-tack stuff, that's great, but call it every time so to give people a chance to adjust. Don't pick your spots, one here and one there. I'm not denying, okay, it may have been a foul, great, but you cannot tell me that doesn't happen on both sides multiple times a possession.
I really don't see it all the time. Here's Hardy.
So much hatred for you right now.
Dixon in the lane, good. 12-point lead, 5:49 to go. Here's Bain. LC really concentrating on him. Any chance to get an opportunity to double team, they're going to do it. Here's Desmond, top of the key. Matthews was ready to set the screen as Webster back again to Bain. See, they're now starting to pack it down inside. They don't want Bain to get loose.
Good ball movement by the Cardinals. Got to hit that.
Yep, Dickman for 3.
6 for the senior.
That's Webster at the top of that zone, so the Lions know now that they've got a little space at the top. That's where Hardy
is. Good hands by Pippinger.
And it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of LC. One thing about when you get the ball it'll be Seton ball. You get the ball like that, Hardy, why do you put the ball on the floor knowing that guard's dumping down on you?
Yeah, keep it high or go to rise up or do something, yeah.
But I would imagine for Hardy, he's not generally a true post player. More of a 3 or 4.
Again, I don't understand why you're not denying Desmond the ball.
I don't know.
Because it was working for you in the first quarter. I mean, I get you don't want to do the same thing the entire game. I understand that, but 9-point lead for Liberty Christian.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark here in the third. Here's Dickman in the corner for 3. No.
In and out again.
Reichley almost sneaking in there for a steal with the rebound by Hardy. Here's Cotton on the right wing.
That's a whole lot of 3 seconds. Block shot by Desmond Bain.
Boy, Dixon tried to take it against Desmond. He regrets that one. Here's Desmond. Pull-up jumper, and he gets it blocked this time by Cotton.
Did y'all not see the same thing just down on this end? So we're even.
That's right. All about perspective, right?
Yeah. Game of angles.
That's right. Cardinals inbounding. That's Bain. There's that double team, sometimes a triple team. Here is Webster. No.
In and out. Good job by Pinger, but he brought the ball down. He gets it again.
Wow.
That's his first bucket.
Boy, and if you're the LC coach, Coach Chappell, you're not happy with the rebounding on that. How does he get in there and get a rebound?
Yeah, the kid's 6 foot.
Maybe, yeah. Nunn will give it out now to Williams. See, here's one thing that benefits Seton is that Liberty really can't shoot from the outside very well at all.
That was good defense by Dickman.
That will be if Seton gets back into this, and again, you're only down by 7, is that they just can't shoot the outside shot.
The next time Hardy does that washing machine spinorama, please tell me that that's not a travel. And Bain finds Dickman down on the baseline. We saw a whole lot of that against Northeastern, and that play works here and gets Pippinger another bucket, and it is now a 5-point lead.
By the way, New Vision Sports is taking registrations for their annual Spring Break Basketball Super Clinic. You can join Coach Phil Taylor as well as Earlham women's coach Janelle Iden. Mark it down for Thursday, April the 7th at the Boys and Girls Club. Registration starts at 8 a.m. Your kids will work on ball handling with Indiana All-Star Jerry Coleman, shooting with Tyler Stewart, speed and agility with Sarah Rondo. Cost is only $30 per camper, and you can register online at newvisionsports.com. Again, that's newvisionsports.com, and by the way, that is with a Z. So mark it down April 7th, and Phil Taylor doing an excellent job with New Vision Sports, getting players ready for the next level. Now a little run here again now for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they are on a 9-4 run. Already scoring more points in, 4 minutes and 18 seconds in this quarter than they did all of the second quarter.
The thing about LC, they'll let you back in ball game because I think they have mental lapses. A lot of times we saw that on that last defensive play that they had against the Cardinals a little bit ago. They just fall asleep on defense.
Now you see the Cardinals putting on some backcourt pressure. That looked like a travel. Ooh.
Well, you hear the Cardinal fans that made the trip. It'll be Billy Webster picking up the foul.
I thought there was a travel before the contact.
See, now there's an open area. There's none. Now he's going there. I think you need to bring another post player right there. Why doesn't Cotton flash right there? Here's Hardy. Throws up a shot. Got it to go.
How does that crap go in?
It's a shooter's touch.
And he does like to do some hooking, too. Not that other players don't do that.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's nice move by Bain, but how come you don't take a charge? Hardy's right there, and he could have stepped right in front of him.
Because they saw a video on ESPN.com that was a great pass by Williams. And that was a lot of body that Dixon put on Desmond in that rebound. Here comes Zach Rogers, the sophomore. Colton Pippinger, the senior, will grab some rest.
Well, I'm going to go back to that shot. Is how in the world did Dixon even miss that one?
I don't know.
Guys are not putting their chin up on the rim the way they should. Keep your eye on the...
Square those shoulders and chin on the rim.
That's right. Get it up there.
Give him that.
Use that backboard. Now you want Williams flashing. He just did. And here's where you got an open area right there. Use the two post guys right there.
Yeah, bring them up in the high post.
Yeah. They got to guard one of them. They can't guard them both. Here's none. Back to Williams.
Nearly throws it away.
This is Cotton. Back to Williams now. They're kind of unsure what they want to do offensively.
Well, I still think they're kind of in that tweener stage. Do we want to run this clock and look for... Oh,
wow.
Again, another defensive lapse allowed the baseline runner free, and Hardy inexplicably just has butterfingers.
So a turnover for the Lions. Here are the Cardinals now.
And you know what? Zach Rogers is going to need to be careful with getting called for a carry. He picks up his dribble and has it taken away.
Yeah, and he went, the other thing is, Brian, fundamental basketball, he went right into this corner
area. Don't go
area.
in the corner. And, don't pick up your dribble too early. And remember, you're playing against the number one team in the state. This isn't, Sisters of the Poor.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be a little more cognizant of the ability of the players you're playing against.
And remember his youth and inexperience. He'll remember it next time. Here is Williams again.
And the Cardinals cannot afford to have wasted possessions because of the ability offensively in the interior of Liberty Christian. But as you mentioned, they're going to let you back in some games. That's the 9th turnover unofficially that I have. And we know I'm old and dumb. I'm sure I've missed a few.
Well, I'll tell you what, they just aren't a very disciplined team when it comes to taking care of the basketball, and that was obvious right there. Plus, another thing is Hardy hasn't played with these guys a whole lot in game situations. Cardinals basketball. Here's Pippinger on the drive and almost turned it over.
That was a good idea by Colton, but about a half second too late in the recognition.
1:37 to go here in the third. Winner will play Lafayette Central Catholic tonight. Bain lost it. Able to get it back. Dickman, skip pass. Three-pointer on the way. No good.
And out again.
Boy,
and where's the hook? There had to be a rebounding foul in the paint.
Yeah, Hardy was in there for the Lions.
Good steal by Webster the third.
Billy the other way scores.
That's a big bucket, Troy. It's now a one-possession game. This crowd has got to lift this team up as well.
Well, as good as LC was in that second quarter once they got rolling, they're equally as bad here in the third. And the Cardinals taking advantage. Here's Hardy. Spins inside. Block shot by Bain. Here comes Desmond. Look out.
Air Bain in the hole. Good Lord Almighty. This roof is about to blow off of this joint. Are you kidding me?
And he got fouled, by the way. The foul's going to be called on Hardy.
Are you kidding me?
By the way, the guide wires, as we'll keep it here for this timeout, the guide wires are still shaking all the way up to the roof. to show you how hard he dunked. And I'm not so sure the guide wires on the opposite basket aren't still shaking.
Even the referees are incredulous on that.
They haven't stopped.
And maybe more importantly, that's 3 on Hardy.
By the way.
And it looks like Dixon, Trajan Dixon, looks like he's going to check in. Look, the referee's talking to Bana.
By the way,
still going.
Yeah, they're still shaking. Well, you could see when he got the ball at about the volleyball line, he was going.
Oh, there was one thing on his mind. I don't know how many people were in this gym, but it sounded like twice as many after that. And I think even some of the Liberty Christian fans had to be. Now, Desmond's an 80+% free throw shooter, and that is the 4th missed free throw. But the Cardinals get the rebound. Call a timeout. Oh, yeah, we got a timeout before the turnover. Woo!
We'll take a timeout as well. 35-34, 42.8 seconds remaining in the third.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Yeah, there's still a buzz here at Frankfort.
You know, that missed free throw I mentioned to you during the break, the Cardinals are 0 for 5 from the free throw line, Troy. And you go for Liberty Christian, they are 2 of 2. Not a lot of free throws, but Liberty's made theirs. The Cardinals have missed theirs.
The Cardinals, will see, they'll go and play for 1.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Well, what this is going to do right now, the way you spread the floor, there's going to be an opening here. You watch.
And if not, the drive, the penetration and kick, you might even see Trent Reichley in the quarter. And if this kid is able to hit it, it'll be huge. Not only to give the Cardinals the lead, but to give that kid some confidence. We mentioned Trajan Dixon came in for Hardy with his 3rd foul. Cardinals going a little early here.
Well, now it's at 9.
That's a body. Where's that harm?
15-footer,
no. Out.
None with the rebound. 1 second to go. Half-court shot way short, and that will do it for the third. Cardinals right back in this ball game as they trail it by 1.
Hey, Troy, real quick before you go to break, that was a 15-6 quarter for the Cardinals.
I want to mention Suds Fundraising is a locally owned fundraising company serving teams, schools, and organizations nationwide with everyday household products. Groups will sell to raise funds for their organization. You can contact Suds Fundraising at sudswithaz.com or give them a call for more information at 765-598-5521. Suds Fundraising, your company for clean. We mentioned earlier that Lafayette Central Catholic, they've advanced, so they're awaiting the winner of this contest. Northeastern, what a second half they had earlier today against Cloverdale, so the Knights advance to the championship game as well back at Greenfield. Scott Beeman will have the call of that championship game coming up later tonight. All right, let's see who's going to make the final run. Cardinals basketball. Pippinger, the senior, will inbound. LC's going to pick up right there at half court. Boy, Nunn is right on Bain and tried to get the steal from behind. Well, here come the Cardinals. Here is Webster. Ooh, look out. Wow. Nunn just sent that one flying.
That will alter your perspective as a freshman.
You know what? I know you may not agree with that. I'm not so sure that was even a foul.
I don't think it was.
Because he got all ball. It ended up way over there.
But again, I go back to that. Okay, let's say the body. That's a huge free throw for the freshman, by the way. First one made by the Cardinals. But again, that kind of contact happens, almost every play down in the paint. Why are you going to call it then? Reichle, a 68% free throw shooter, and the freshman hits 2 big free throws that gives the Cardinals the lead, 36-35. They were down by as many as 12, Troy.
Here is Williams.
Block shot.
Yep.
It's going to be 2-on-2.
Here's Desmond taking it himself, and they call the foul. They're going to get Tufts instead.
I like the fact that he went to the rim to draw the foul, but Colton Pippinger was wide open. 4th team foul. Tufts first.
Webster will set it up out front. Reichle on the left wing.
Now, if I'm the Cardinals, and now that you put Franklin Dunn on him on this man-to-man, Cardinals have got to take a good shot. Take their time. Don't settle for, a 20-footer. Make sure it's a high percentage shot. Because now you've got the lead. Yes, it's 1 point, 1 possession. But now you need to start dictating the action.
Yeah. Well, Nunn is going to have to hope, too. He's got some backside help because he can't guard Desmond one-on-one all the way.
That was a nice no-look.
Yeah, travel.
Oh!
That's a good call. He jumped. Here's Hardy back in.
But that's the kind of stuff you can't do.
Yeah, you got to put the ball on the floor.
And that was a heck of a pass.
Yeah. LC forgot they needed to inbound the basketball.
Cardinals are denying in the backcourt. They don't want Williams to penetrate.
Boy, here's Nunn. Off the glass, good.
That was a nice athletic play. He has 12.
I'm telling you who they got to get going if they're going to win. They got to get Williams going. He has been absolutely disappeared in this one. And there's a block.
I don't think that's a block.
Well, I'll tell you why it is.
All right.
He didn't take the charge. He went like this.
Cowered in.
If he stands there and takes it like a man.
That's his 3rd foul. Hardy and Cotton each with 3. Bain is yet to hit a free throw. Now he is 1 of 3 from the line. And again, we are tied at 37. Remember, they were down to the number 1 team in the state in 1A by 12. Bain's 2 free throws. He now has 17, and they're up by 1.
Now here's the guy said, I think Williams got to get this team going if they plan on winning.
And I think you're right. I think if you're Cardinals, you don't want to give wide open perimeter shots, but if you want to take those, take them.
Wow. Way short on the shot that time is Dixon.
And he's riding him. Why is, if you're going to call the ticky-tack stuff, why is that not a foul?
Webster.
Get in there, Billy.
No. And the rebound by Cotton.
I think that was an air ball. And here comes Williams with the head of steam.
None down low. See, it's got to be Williams. He's got to get this thing going.
And if you're the Cardinals, you can't let them get momentum and get too far ahead. Now, here's Desmond getting in the corner.
Driving baseline, Reichle. He's going to get trapped down low and turns it over.
God bless.
2-on-2 break. Williams got the defender in the air, but then Dickman gets the block. Desmond saved it back to Williams. Off the glass, no good. Nunn with a rebound, fouled from behind by Pippinger.
That was a lot of ball by Colton Pippinger on that backside. A lot of ball. That's his 3rd.
So now Franklin Nunn will go to the line.
And I think if you're Coach Juergens, you got to let him in or leave him in. Brennecke will come in for Reichle. Pippinger's got 3, but you only got 5.5 to go. You got to ride with your boys.
Yeah.
Nunn has played a good game. 7 points in this quarter. He's got 15.
Second free throw, 5:33 remaining. And he got the second one. Got a nice roll. 3-point lead now for LC.
That's a freshman.
And they know it. Brennecke picks up his dribble. Dickman.
That was a travel, I think.
Will get out of the lane. Webster back out to Bain. They're going to clear things out on that left side.
Woo!
Baseball pass. Dickman.
Get in that hole.
No. And Webster is going to get called for the foul on the rebound, but good effort.
How many three-pointers for Cliff Dickman have gone in and out?
A lot.
Rattled around. I mean, you're talking about half an inch here or there.
Yeah.
But again, I go back to Troy. The Cardinals missing 5 free throws. That's going to wind up being huge, I'm afraid.
Hardy floater, good.
How in the world does that go in?
I told you earlier on the way, he's a slasher. He's able to do that.
Okay, that slashing's one thing, but doing that trash is another.
Dickman. Yes.
That's a big shot.
So now Williams against Webster. Back to a 2-point lead. Wide open jumper, no good by Dixon. And we've got a rebounding foul, I believe.
And that was so close to being a breakaway for the Cardinals and tying this game up. That's 3 on Billy. So Pippinger and Webster each with 3. Cotton and Hardy each with 3 for the Lions.
4:31 to go. Here's Williams. High off the glass. That's the guy I'm thinking right there.
That's his first bucket in the second half.
Yeah, that's too much for him. That'll be a foul on the backcourt.
That's a good call. Splitting that double team is a little dangerous, but a good call.
You keep talking about Hardy, how he does that. Don't most of those guys do that teardrop stuff anymore? They just float it up there.
Well, yeah, whatever. That's 3 on Dixon. I thought it was going to be on Nunn, which would have been his first.
So now the Cardinals, a little shoving going on away from the basketball.
They were sandwiching him. They were bodying him up. Dez just getting some position. Dez doesn't want to hear any of it.
All right, we'll talk him off the cliff.
They're going to bracket him.
So now it'll be Cardinal basketball. They'll inbound. This is Webster against Williams. Williams going for the steal.
Please
in the
that.
corner.
Please
wide open.
That.
No, that's too long. As missing the shot that time, Brennecke. You could tell that was long for the time he let it go. A little too anxious. I don't think he got his feet really set either. Under 4 minutes. 45-41. Here's Williams. That'll be a kick ball by Pippinger.
Good hands by Pip. He actually hit it with his hands first and then kicked it. You know, that one rebounding foul just a little bit ago when it was a 2-point game, the Cardinals wound up with the ball, but they got the rebounding foul. That could have changed the whole complexion of this game. They could have tied it up. But you're right, Liberty Christian wants to give it back.
Desmond lost it.
No, it's off. No.
Williams last.
Williams did a very good job of going one-on-one, backpedaling to create problem for Dez. That was a great job by Williams.
Boy, and Hardy got careless with the basketball again for LC. 3:37 to go. Still a 4-point ball game. And a turnover.
Another turnover by the freshman.
And they're going to get Desmond on the block.
And they're going to get Nick Matthews in because they have to have some psychological. It's only 2 on Desmond. Who sat down for Nick? Oh, Billy Webster goes down.
Well, he was limping. He'd either hurt his right or he has a cramp in his right leg. So Billy went to the bench.
Brennecke comes in for Trent Reichley. The Reichleys in Somerset, Ohio. Say a quick prayer because I have a feeling Trent's going to come up and hit a big shot.
Now, if I'm LC, I'm a 4-point lead. I use some clock.
Run clock.
I don't trust any of them.
You see the coaching staff calling for Cotton to get in the high post.
And that's been your open area, but I still don't trust them. They're going to do something dumb to let you right back in it. In the corners, Cotton back to Williams. Now, I don't think you can use 3 minutes, but you can certainly use a lot more clock than this. You don't have to score again if you don't want to.
Nope.
Williams.
Good news for the Cardinals. Webster the third back at the scoring table.
Hardy just has no sense of where he's putting the basketball sometimes. He'd drive me nuts as a coach.
That's close to a travel. Looked like he was dragging that pivot foot.
Williams will find Cotton, back to Williams. See, there's no rotation on this either. You need to keep guys moving if you're on offense. There's a lot of standing around. None. And he's going to get fouled. That's a big foul.
He got bailed out. Absolutely got bailed out.
Well, you understand what I'm saying about the offense? Mm-hmm. There's no rotation going through there. They get the ball and stand.
Yeah,
you got to keep moving in and out. Here's Dunn. 2:28 to go.
Nunn, a 72% free throw shooter. Did he make that?
Yes. Matthews out, Webster back in.
He is 5 for 5 from the free throw line on the day. And he now has 17 points.
Second free throw's on the way and good.
I don't know why, but a two-possession game seems pretty daunting with 2:26 to go. But we have Desmond Bain.
You know what? And I would worry about that if I didn't have that three-point line too, but that's a lot of time. And they turn the ball over again. They'll keep you in the ball game. Here's Webster, skip pass. Thought about the shot. That's Brennicky. Now Dickman back to Brennicky. You don't want to waste too much time here, though.
Yeah, you got clock issues. We're at 2:05.
Here is the three-pointer. Way short by Pippinger. And the rebound, Nunn. Now, I think you needed that possession.
That's it. I hate to be negative, but that's it.
Yeah, they're going to, if they're smart.
There's 3 seconds. How is that not 3 seconds?
It was only 2.8. Here's Williams. Floater, good.
That's a ball game. The Cardinals again came up big. And I'm trying reverse psychology, by the way.
I know. There's a big three by Dickman.
That's 2 in the quarter. 5-point game, minute and a half to go. You're going to have to start fouling.
Yep.
Because you need time. Don't foul Williams. Foul Cotton if you can.
And why are they attacking?
Oh!
Why in the world, as I said a little bit ago.
Run clock, exactly.
Why are you attacking? Maybe that's why. And again, I'm not trying to be but you don't do that. You don't need to score again. Bring it back out. Williams ought to know better than that.
The clock is your friend. The clock is Seton's enemy.
Yeah, and so is that scoreboard right now if you're LC. So many young players today just don't have as much of an IQ for the game as they should.
You have got to start fouling.
I think that's what Billy's trying to do. Tried to do it the first time.
That is, so Cardinals into 1 in bonus. 8th team foul. That's his 4th, though. You're going to have some other folks do some fouling now. 6 team fouls for Liberty Christian, so their next one will send the Cardinals to the 1 in bonus.
1:12 remaining. As Brian mentioned, we're right now down the backstretch. Big free throw here for Williams.
Short.
Yep. So you got what you wanted there.
Got to get a bucket. Does not have to be a 3. Just a high percentage shot.
Here's Desmond in the lane. Short.
There's Billy. You got to hit that, freshman.
And he can't. Williams with a rebound. And
that's 5.
No.
That was Desmond. Oh, my gosh. Missed shots. Just did not hit the timely shots when we needed. Cliff Dickman has 12.
We'll take a timeout right here and want to again send out a special thanks. Not only did the sponsors step up for us today for this regional game, they stepped up for us in the Northeastern game, including Dargy Repair Service, Ryan Allen, along with DJ Coach, New Vision Sports, and Suds Fundraising. 56.6. This thing's not over yet. You're talking about 2 possessions, but a lot of things have to go right.
You got to have a lot of things. You got to have missed free throws. You got to have no turnovers, and more importantly, you got to make shots.
Yeah.
You got to hit some buckets, and it's going to have to be somebody other than Desmond Bain. Because if I'm Liberty Christian right now, we heard from the pregame what Desmond said, Franklin Dunn said, we're going to let you do whatever you want to do. If I'm Liberty Christian, he is not making a shot.
Right.
He may go to the free throw line, but he is not making a shot.
Well, the free throw was not good to Williams his last time up.
And I hate to keep harping on it, but again, 5 missed free throws for the Cardinals. You know, you hit those. As a team, they're shooting 73%, so out of 5, you would expect 3 or 4 of those. It'd be a one-possession game.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, oftentimes, those things come back to haunt you.
Here's Williams. Won't miss this time. The thing is that's going to hurt LC the rest of the way. If they don't hit their perimeter shots, somebody's going to get them because they can't count on working inside all the time. That's their biggest detriment. They just are not a good outside shooting basketball team. Williams' second is good.
He has 13.
And there is Dickman.
Now you got to go fast. Be quick. Don't hurry. But there you go. I told you, Somerset. That is 5 for Trent. 2 big free throws earlier in the third quarter and a three-pointer there.
So Reichley with that 3 makes it a 4-point ball game, and they foul immediately.
Yeah, and Dez fouls 3. Williams back to the line. Got to try to get somebody shooting free throws other than Nunn and Williams. You know, Dixon's a good shooter too, but
well, here's where your seniors also step up, and that's, of course, Ron Williams, a junior, but your seniors step up late in ball games. We saw Nunn, Franklin Nunn, one of the seniors on this team that had a big ball game today. Second one by Williams.
4 in a row.
41 seconds to go.
Be quick, don't hurry.
And they'll let him score. Well, the good thing about if you're F or LC is you let him score because you get the possession back, because you can use clock. You can also, again, going to get fouled and go back to the free throw line.
I'm pretty sure that's his first bucket this quarter. Now, I did make some mistakes writing some things down in the third quarter box instead of, but I can tell you in the second half, he has 8 points. That's 19 overall.
We will keep it here for this timeout. 35.6 remaining. Mentioned earlier, again, you want to join Scott Beeman later today or tonight as Northeastern advancing after a blowout win over Cloverdale, which was close at halftime, but boy, Northeastern really put it to them in the second half.
You know, I think whoever winds up winning this game, Troy Cardinals down by 4, and we've got some free throws to shoot. I think whoever wins this game is going to be the original champion. I saw nothing out of Lafayette Central that would scare me for either side.
Yeah. Yeah, this was definitely the tougher draw of the two. So LC basketball, and again, Seton will have to overplay and then foul immediately.
There was a good job.
Yep,
Timeout. Timeout.
And they get a timeout. See, they'll let you right back in it because they do some silly things. We'll take a timeout as well.
I think that was the Cardinals' last, I believe.
This is Cardinals basketball. Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5. Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all hand-picked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Cardinals basketball following the timeout as Liberty Christian chasing right now. Under 30 seconds to go. Here's Bain, falls to the floor,
bailed
and
out.
A foul call, yeah.
I think he kind of got bailed out. And again, you're Liberty, and he's limping. you're Liberty Christian, you don't want to let them put points on the board without the clock running.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I know you said a little bit ago about it being over and all that, but when you're playing a team like LC that I think mentally just not a very strong team, they'll let you back in ball games. Desmond hits a big free throw.
He's 2 for 4 from the line. Now make it 3 of 5.
All of a sudden, a one-possession game. And still almost 28 seconds to go.
That's 20 for the senior.
Second free throw is good.
Now, no timeouts for the Cardinals. Billy Webster III has 4 fouls. Desmond is limping. Now, we'll see if that's legit or if he's maybe doing a little possum.
Yeah. Well, LC, they can barely get the ball in bounds sometimes. And that'll be a foul on Dickman as Hardy.
That'll be his first, so a good foul. And let's see if Hardy, see what he can do from the free throw line. We talked about earlier how he is not played much. He is only a 44% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
But remember, Bain is a little dinged up, as is Billy Webster. Zach Rogers in for the Cardinals.
26.3. Here's Hardy.
There's a big miss. You're in it. Now, do you play for one shot? And if you're Liberty Christian, you don't foul.
No.
Because you're in the lead.
Well, yeah.
No matter what, you're in this game.
Yeah. Second free throw by Hardy is good. Boy, got a nice roll there. Yeah.
And remember, the Cardinals have no timeouts.
So here's Bain.
They got to get it across.
I'd go ahead and foul him. I put him at the line. Why are you going to give him a chance to shoot a three?
You got to leave yourself some time, too, in case you missed.
Ooh, rims in and out. Hardy with a rebound, and he's fouled, and that one nearly tied it.
Billy Webster III has fouled out.
That's another one of those shots, Brian, that looked like Dickman, in and out.
That has been...
All right, let me ask you, though. Why didn't you foul him and put him at the line?
That gets back. That's why I asked about the foul, because, when you're down 3, that's the age-old argument. Do you foul or do you give yourself a chance to be tied? And I don't know that there is a right answer. But with somebody like Desmond, I guess I'd rather take my chances with him 80-something% from the line than 50-something% from 3.
Exactly. 9.5 to go. Matthews coming in. It just didn't make any sense to me. You might as well, it'd be a 1-and-1. It's not like you're giving him a 2-shot foul. You had a 3-point lead. The best he can do is get to within 1, inbound the basketball, make him foul you.
1 for 2 from the line is Hardy. But he's got more of a cushion now. And remember, the Cardinals have 0 timeouts. I hope they know that.
Short.
Ooh, airballed. Woo!
You know what? You could see that from his hand. The ball wasn't placed in his hand well at all. Wow. Yeah, it was horrible.
Let's see how he reacts. See how the senior reacts to that. Big.
9.5. Here's Bain.
Now foul him. You got to go. You got 6 seconds. Put it up.
Dickman for 3.
Short.
Nope.
That's it.
Hardy is fouled off the rebound, 1.5.
Cardinals had the chance. And has been the case with these games against Liberty Christian. They've, other than the year where, or the game in the regular season where Billy Webster was sick, Desmond was sick, they came up here and lost 70-something to 20-something. These games have been, like a 2-possession game. I just feel bad for these kids. They've had a great year, a historic year, and it just stinks to drive all this way to this pit and lose.
Yeah, it's an old gym, and it's not nice on us, I'll tell you
that.
Well,
I'm talking more about the town.
Well, it didn't smell very good coming in, but...
But that doesn't diminish the fact that this was a historic season, and all Cardinal fans should be very lucky that they got a chance to watch this season.
And that's it.
And watch Desmond Bain.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up here from Frankfort as the Cardinals see their season come to an end, 56-51.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Final score once again, 56-51 as the Cardinals lose to Liberty Christian. As we wrap things up here today, Liberty Christian will advance to tonight. They'll take on Lafayette Central Catholic in the championship game, and this one is over. But as you said, great run for the Cardinals again this year. It comes up short, but they have set some standards now at Seton that are going to be tough to be matched.
Honestly, and you may not ever see a Seton squad, like this. How many times does a talent like Desmond Bain come through your school? You look at the history that Richmond High School has had, and I'm not being negative, but maybe 5-10 players out of the whole history of that school would you put on above or on Desmond's level? Certainly guys like Woody Austin and things like that, and I'm sure there's many others. Jerry Coleman, who's here, really good players. One thing that's going to get lost in this is I have Desmond for 21 points unofficially, and if that's true, that gives him the Wayne County record. He'll have 1991, one more than Woody Austin. But, 23 wins, 23-4, what a great season. All the accolades, the Weddick tournament. It was just a magical ride. Yes, it would have been fantastic to finally slay the Dragon of Liberty Christian, but apparently we're just not as good at Christians as the Lions. Apparently the Lions usually always win against the Birds.
Those terrible Lions. Well, I'll tell you what, been fun today. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors, especially those that help make this possible.
One other thing. I'm sorry to interrupt. One other thing. I don't think enough credit, I talked about this before, Desmond has given a lot of credit to his teammates, deservedly so. I really don't think enough credit goes to John Blevins and Josh Durgans.
Yeah.
They're younger guys, and, they are not the seasoned, griddled veterans of George Griffith and things like that. But I think they've done a fantastic job, and give those guys credit. They helped keep Desmond Bain and Cliff Dickman at Seton Catholic.
Yeah.
And who knows what would happen had those kids not stayed. But they deserve a huge amount of kudos, and I don't think it gets said enough.
All right.
Sorry about the
you're fine. Suds fundraising, thank you. New Vision Sports, Dargy Repair Service, a very special thanks to Dargy Repair Service, Ryan Allen as well, and DJ Coach for joining us here today. But the Cardinals lose it. Final score 56-51. Thanks for being with us. This has been Regional Basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.